to Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. Did you know that verbs are the heartbeat of language? Imagine a word without verb, utterly lifeless, right? Today we'll dive into the fascinating world of verbs and explore the vital roles of communication.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
Let's look at the objectives for today's lesson. Today we are going to identify verb types. We are going to recognize the different categories of verbs, including action, linking, auxiliary, and lexical verbs. We are also going to explore how verbs can form tenses, express modality, and convey regularity and irregularity. We are also going to put our understanding of verbs into practice by correctly using them in your writing and speaking. Let's look at what a verb means. A verb is a word used for saying something about some person or thing. A verb is a word that tells or asserts something about a person or thing. A verb is also a word that denotes being, having, or doing something. Now, what can a verb tell us? If you look at our screen, you see that a verb may tell us what a person or thing is. For instance, in our example, we have Mr. James is a teacher. Our skirt is green. The cat is black. In the three sentences, we can see that this verb is telling us what a person is, what the person is, or what a particular thing is. What a person is or what a thing is. Then look at the second thing that a verb may tell us. What a person or thing has. A verb can tell us what someone has or what a thing has. Tolu has a laptop. In this sentence, we are made to understand that Tolu owns a laptop. So a verb can tell us what someone has or what something has. A table has 4 legs. A table has 4 legs. In this sentence, you can identify that we have used the verb as to talk about what the table owns. Then thirdly, we can also use a verb to talk about what a person or thing does. Ibrahim kicks the ball. Ibrahim kicks the ball. What has Ibrahim done in that sentence? He has kicked the ball, or he kicks the ball. Joy cooks breakfast. Joy cooks breakfast. In this sentence as well, we are able to understand what Joy does, which is cooks. So in other words, a verb can tell us what a person or thing is. It can tell us what a person or thing has, and it can also tell us what a person or thing does. Let's look at auxiliary verb, which is our major focus today. Our major focus is on auxiliary verbs and lexical verbs. We are going to look at the primary auxiliaries first. Under the primary auxiliary verbs, we have 3 categories. We have the verb to be, the verb to do, and the verb to have. Let's look at the verb to be. We have be, have, and do. Those are the 3 primary auxiliary verbs as I've mentioned earlier. We use verb to form tenses, and we also use it to ask questions. So under the verb to be, look at what we have. We have be, is, am, are, was, were, been, and been. We also have the verb as, that is the verb to have. The verb to have. We have as, had, and having. These are all examples of the verb to have. Then lastly, we have the verb to do. Under the verb to do, we have do, does, did. Let's look at our modal auxiliary verbs, because auxiliary verbs is classified into 2. We have the primary and the auxiliary verb. Primary and the modal auxiliary verb, rather. Under the modal auxiliary verb, we have verbs like will, shall, may, might, must, and should. These examples of modal auxiliary verbs express possibility, they express obligation, they also express permission. We also have other modal auxiliary verbs like need, dare, used to, ought to. All these are examples of modal auxiliary verbs. Now let's look at how we can make use of let's look at the functions of our modal auxiliary verbs. How do we use the modal auxiliary verbs? When we have modal auxiliary verbs like can, it can be used to express ability or sometimes permission. For instance, I can swim well. I can swim well. In that sentence, we are meant to understand that I can swim well. I'm telling you that I can swim well. So it's showing ability. That auxiliary verb shows ability. So I talk about permission and ability. Could. We can use could for polite request. We can also use it to express past ability. For instance, could you please help me? Could you please help me? You are being polite, you're making a polite request. So you have used could for that. May. Permission. May can also be used for permission. It can also be used for possibility. You may leave now. You may leave now, which means you're permitted to leave. You can also say, may I have your number? You're asking for permission to collect something from someone. Might. We have might, functions of might. You can use it to express possibility. You can also use it to show suggestion. Look at the example we have there. You might like this book. You might like this book. In that sentence, it is showing suggestion or possibility of liking something. You might like this book. That's a possibility. You might like it or not. Then must. Must is used to show obligation or necessity. For instance, you must finish your homework. You must finish your homework. In that sentence, it is showing necessity or obligation. It is showing that you must do something. So it is necessary you finish your homework. Then let's look at the next one, which is shall. Shall is used to show intention or command. Example, we shall meet at 5 p.m. We shall meet at 5 p.m. Let's look at the next one, should. Should can be used for advice or expectation. You should wear a coat. You should wear a coat. That is what you're expected to do. Then we have will, which is used to show willingness or prediction. I will help you with that. I will help you with that. In that sentence, is showing willingness to do something for someone. Would. Would, which is like past tense of will, can be used to show polite request or past habit. For instance, we say, would you like some tea? Would you like some tea? That is used to show polite request. Now let's look at auxiliary verbs in action. We have auxiliary verbs can be used to form tenses. Like be, the auxiliary verbs like be, have, and do. They can help to create different verb tenses, such as present tense, perfect or future progressive tense. We can also use it when we are asking questions. Auxiliary verbs are essential for forming questions as they are placed before the subject to invert the sentence structure. We can also use auxiliary verbs to show or to express modality. Modal auxiliary verbs like can, should, and might conveys possibility, obligation, or permission. All right, so let's look at lexical verbs. I said lexical verbs are also known as main verb. They are verbs that can stand alone as the verb element of the sentence. For example, we have Ali swept the room 2 days ago. Ali swept the room 2 days ago. In the sentence, swept, the underlined word swept, is the lexical verb, that is the main verb. Then number 2, we have we work hard as teachers. We work hard as teachers. In that sentence, work is the main verb. The third example, we have Peter sweeps the compound. Peter sweeps the compound. Sweeps is an example of main verb, which is also known as lexical verb. Let's look at other ones. I said, where the verb element of the sentence consists of more than one verb, the lexical verbs always appear last. It appears last. Sometimes we can have more than one verbs in a sentence. In that case, the lexical verb will appear after the other verbs. Ali has done the work. Ali has done the work. In this sentence, we have auxiliary verb has. Then we have the lexical verb done. We are studying English. In this sentence, we have are, which is also an example of auxiliary verb. Then studying is the main verb, known as lexical verb. I have read the book. I have. Have is an example of auxiliary verb. Then read or read is an example of the lexical verb. I have read the book. The read is the lexical verb in that sentence. Let's practice some questions. You're welcome back. I hope you've practiced the question. Now let's go and solve the questions. Let's answer the questions. By the time I arrived, the dash already eaten. By the time I arrived, that's a past tense. The dash already eaten, which means an action has been completed. In that case, we are meant to use a past participle tense, that is past perfect tense. So we have they had eaten, they had already eaten, which means it has been completed. For number 2, the new employee dash a lot of training. The new employee dash a lot of training. We have A, need, B, needs, C, needing, D, needed. If you had to look at that questions, if you had to look at the options, of course, if you are using the elimination method, C and D should be moved out of it totally. Then we are left with need and needs. So why would the answer be needs? The answer will be need because this is a singular subject, and hence we need a singular verb, and needs is a singular verb. The third question, if it dash raining, we would go to the beach. If it dash raining, we'll go to the beach. We have A, is, B, are, C, was, D, were. If it, because it's a past tense, and it's showing possibility that if something happened, this would happen. So in that case, we should use a past tense. If it was raining, we would go to the beach. The number 4, the manager dash a meeting with the team. The manager dash a meeting with the team. A, has, B, have, C, had, D, owed. It's a past tense, hence we should use had. The manager had a meeting with the team. Past tense. Number 5, by next month, I dash finish my project. And that is a future tense. That's a future tense under the auxiliary verb. So in this case, we are going to use will, not shall. We are going to say, by next month, I will finish my project.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
And with that, we have come to the end of the lesson for today. I hope you've learned something spectacular. For feedback, for comments, or for questions, you can contact us on our social media handles on the screen. Thanks for watching.
Acing your WAEC and NECO examinations has been made easy by the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education with the Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO Candidates television program. Join seasoned teachers as they take you through these core subjects: mathematics, English language, physics, chemistry, and biology, targeting the exact syllabus of WAEC and NECO. Watch Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates on this station. Learners can also connect with Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates through these social media platforms to access more educational content and give their feedback. Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. Pass your examinations with flying colors.